We've talked about a little bit on TypeScript and type safety and how it can help our applications. This message is actually going to be set to string, and we want to make sure that this is always a string. So TypeScript will throw errors if we ever try to set message to anything but a string. What about these user objects where they don't actually belong to a string or an array or anything like that? They have their own specific properties that they need. Well, TypeScript lets us do this too. We can create a class and then use that as our type. We can also think of this as a model. If we go to the top of our file, we'll do export class user, and we'll set ID is a number, name is a string, username is also a string. Now we can go back down, and users is going to be an array of users, and active user is going to be a user. This way, if we ever try to set anything for active user that isn't an actual user, we'll get errors shown for this.activeUser since 34343 is not actually the user object that it's looking for. If we look at the error, type number is not assignable to type of user. So we can't assign this number to a user. If we set it back to user, everything is working perfectly again. That's just one quick way that TypeScript can also add some safety into our information here. This file is getting to be a little large. Let's do some cleanup here. We're going to create a new folder under app called shared. Shared, not shares. So we'll change that to the D. A new folder under there called models. And we'll just keep this here. A new file called user.ts. Now take the export class user out of here. Put that into user.ts, and now our user model can be used in multiple different files. Since we're exporting it out of here, we'll bring it in using an import. Import user shared models user. And everything is going to work just like it did. Next up, we're going to do a little bit of styling, and I want to talk about styling because the way that Angular 2 and these components deal with styles is actually really cool. And then we're going to double back and give a little more time to event bindings and property bindings, since I think they're such a big part of Angular 2 that they require a little bit more time and explanation.